All right. Hmm. uh, okay. Um. Da. Ah, yeah. Why the? Hmm. All right. Can everybody hear me? Da. What is going on? Uh, All right. You guys can hear me? I feel like there's a little bit of a delay in the stream and what I am saying right now. Don't know if that's true. Otherwise, fuck it. Ugh. Also, tracks, I have no idea what we're going to do. Because Kayaan al-Bashar is, let's just say a bit of more than I could chew. Or, well, yeah, that Snow White build is going to take a little bit longer. So, I actually thought to maybe start up a new zoo or something like that. Because, yeah, again, the Kayaan al-Bashar, I don't want to spoil the Snow White build, so that's also not going to actually come up. Not tomorrow. So yeah, there won't be actually a video tomorrow. Ah, thanks, Red. Yes, oh yeah, there's the delay. This is... I mean, it says that I have an excellent connection, but I will see what happens. So many Kayaan al-Bashars. So, do you guys want to build a new zoo or... Well, I can't show Kayaan al-Bashar, so what do you guys want to see? That, Hey, squirrel.
Oh,
Although I am the only true squirrel. I think I'm just going to start a new zoo. Like a stream zoo. A zoo that we only built on in streams. But I don't know where.
oh,
Oh, thank you, Kane. Should probably do that. Where the... So... Temperate zoo in Europe. I mean, I was planning that. I want to do either something Viking or something Tudor. Something along those routes. Also, yes, for me, Europe is completely covered with people.
Oh, hey.
Let's just... Never. I will never make a city zoo. Fuck. So... Or... Tundra. I'm just going to look how Tundra looks. Or Taiga. Hey Zeta. Just going to build a new zoo because Kean al-Bashar isn't... I'm not going to show Kean al-Bashar, that's just it. Also, fine. So... I like this better for like a Viking thing. If I am going with Viking, I could still go with Tudor. Don't know why those two teams just stuck in my head. So... What? I'm just going to start with a animal. Yeah, and I just never like city zoos. It's not something I really like building. Why does he look so freaking pissed off? Also, hi to everyone in the stream. I was so busy with trying to make it work that I forgot to say hi to everyone. A modern zoo for live stream. No. It's not that I hate modern zoos or just modern buildings. I just like building historical slash fantasy themes more. Half of the animals in the Zoopia just look pissed off. Am I the only one who thinks that? I mean... Well, and the other ones looks like they just need to fart. Nah. I mean, this one doesn't even look at the... Well, photo. Camera. Something. Don't worry, Citron. Nice little spider. The only problem is with like a zoo that isn't an actual zoo is... Well, some species are just out of range then. Because I can't build a giant panda habitat in like a Viking area. Or, well, Nordic area. Lord of the Ring-ish. Could be done. I'm just scrolling through animals now because I want to start off with the habitat and then we will see from there what we are going to do. Hey Ruben. Alright, but the llama just looks as fluffy as they could. Like this just looks like it's made out of air. Hey Ninish. My favorite animal, even though we can't really build anything for it. I could also go for the like Ozaru style, which is basically all over the place, but mostly... I'm not saying no to everything. I just don't want to build a modern zoo or a city zoo. All the other ideas are welcome, but I'm just looking through the animal with which to start with. I wish there were like filters in the Zoopedia for like, you know, trying to find animals from like one biome instead of just having a giant booklet. Verlaten diertuin. Could be an interesting thing. Timberwolf is pretty easy animal to start off with. Also, even though I renovated it away with the standard basic frontier entrance, I'm so happy that we can now delete all the bots, because now we don't have a bump in there. Something snowy. Could be done. Vikings aren't ancient. Oh yeah, everything is always long grass. So now that's gone. Lake Zoo. Lake would be actually fun. I'm still like, I don't know which animal to start off with though. Although I could also just start building and see what animal fits. I mean, reindeer would also be pretty nice. I'm just going to start building. I don't know what I'm going to build. It could be Tudor, it could be Viking. We will see what happens. A huge tree. I mean, when I think of a huge tree and Nordic, I just think of, I'm going to butcher the name, but Yggdrasil. You know, the world tree from Viking mythology. Or is it just Nordic mythology? Something along those lines. Germanic mythology. Start with the monkey. What monkeys do we actually have? This already shows how many times I built something for monkeys. Okay, that is basically 90% of how I play Planet Zoo as well. Just staring at a blank screen. These look so sad. Japanese. I mean, we will have to include animals that aren't from Europe, because Europe has, what, 5, 6 animals? Monkeys. Gharials. Pangolins. Also, these are going to be important. Not teasing anything, but they're going to be important. Bison. I think we will then just do Japanese macaques. Where the frick are you guys again? I can never find something in the Zoopedia. There they are. Alright. Oh yeah, they are the ones who need a large with a maki. Citron, I can understand your fear of monkeys. Canadian beach teams. I think I'm just going to first start off building a lake. Also, just getting all of the weather sorted out. Yeah, and this, yeah, this is the only thing that I think really works well for basically anything. So, cleaning up the zoo. Oh yeah, Jen. Hey Jen, and also, I have never really interacted with the capuchin monkey, so I have no idea. I just know that I got, well, poked in the eye by one monkey one time, and, well, poked, basically slapped in the eye. Why the cappuccinos? Alright, so that's that edge. Yeah, this is something that you will... I don't usually do that often, but I just want to see where the corners of the map are before I start building anything. Just so that I know. The smile. Alright, so... Huge lake maybe in the middle? Or to the sides? I mean, isn't that the same with every monkey, Jen? They just like to annoy people. I don't want to make it into an island. Smashed into my keyboard. Should move my keyboard a little bit. So just going to dig a little bit of a hole. And then this looks so much better. The flattening terrain tool is a lot faster than just the digging terrain tool. And also, yes, this is basically how Isla Pacifica was formed. Just a whole hour of doing this. So I'm probably not going to build the entirety of the lake. Then mountains here. I'm basically going to look where the sun comes from. It's there, so everything should be angled that way. So that we have the best amount of sun. What? Kane. I didn't make a penis, Kane. Now I understand Rudy though. Also, do you guys actually hear the game or only hearing me? Because otherwise I need to turn the game up a little bit louder probably. I have no idea why literally it wasn't a penis. No idea why that message stood out so much. We could actually... Wait a minute. I have an idea. If we just smooth this out a little bit. I'm having ideas. Squirrels are going crazy. Oh, game's loud. Alright. That's do. Everything alright now? So I'm very close to building another island. So should probably not do that. Squirrel, that's good. I'm not... Yes, I am crazy. Half of the stream is just me going to be... I don't know why that's like the standard word I say when I want to say something, but my brain doesn't come up with anything. So, how are you guys doing today? I know that was a weird transition, but yeah, I have literally no idea what I'm doing. I'm just making a mountain. Ooh, wait. Wait. Now I know what I'm going to be doing. Can I dig this up a little bit? So. Don't know if this will be an episode. Should probably wait. You guys don't see this, but yeah. Now it can be an episode because I finally hit record. No, we are already too far gone, Zeta. There's no hope anymore. Although, of course, Squirrel. Although, if anyone has seen Narnia, or like the first message, the first movie, you might know what I'm going to be doing. Also, the sound that this wall makes whenever I am doing anything. Do we have the right pieces to make it work? Also, I need to actually look up quickly a reference because otherwise I won't make it. Found it. It's a freaking really tiny area. A really tiny thing. And it's on, so... Can they just show it a little bit better? Nope. And... So many things that I could use but don't want to use, but then I probably should use. I think this one is the best one to use for what I am planning. Also going to pause the game. Bit lighter. Hi Kaya. Also Kaya, I always wanted to ask, is that actually your dog that's in your profile picture? Because if so, then it's one of the cutest animals ever. Why isn't... Wait, it is straight. So... Oh, building it wrong. Whoops. So. Should it be... Oh, it's on an angle. That's why it's doing weird things. Hey yo, I can never pronounce your name probably right. Anix and Elion. I use the mud pieces because they are just a great way to basically make anything symmetrical. Because you can basically stick anything up those mud pieces. Maybe I should actually... Because these are a little bit shiny. So with like position snap or snap rotation, it's really easy to make like a dome and anything with the mud pieces. Don't know if that was like a good explanation. Any it is. That's a little bit too dark, I think. Now it should work, hopefully. Yep. Then it up a little bit more. Okay, yeah. Alright, I've never actually heard someone pronounce it that way. For me, it's always Gaia. It is actually quite a tiny thing. When you really... But it is also the same a little bit there, so I should keep it this way. So... Then just... Actually... Let's do it this. This. Gain. I mean, it is true. I use them for basically everything. And looking at Karen al-Bashar, it does work. Maybe at the end of today's stream I will actually go over to Karen al-Bashar, but then I will have to take, let's just say 5 minutes just to hide something. Because otherwise there will be a little bit of a spoiler, which I'm not going to let happen. Although I will know immediately that the frame rate is going to drop immensely. That's just something that we can't get rid of anymore in Kern al-Bashar. There's a little bit of sea fighting here, but honestly, I don't really care that much about sea fighting or however you actually call it. Even though I'm now redoing most of it. So... The Planet Zoo map looks weird when looked from above, and also the camera still hates me. I'm going to lock it in a little bit. Now it should somewhat do what I want. So... I mean, it is an altar. Some sort. I think it was like one of the most dramatic scenes from the movie. Or at least for me, yeah. But then I also basically wanted every animal that was in any movie. Think I'm not the only one who would say such a thing. So that looks somewhat okay. Quarantine for me is basically the same as normal life. Hey Vincent. Where the There's going to be so much sea fighting here, but again, I'm just don't really care about flickering. Why won't it select? Then deselect one, place that thing back there. So now I have my one pillar again. If anyone already knows what I'm building, let me know. Otherwise, it will be a surprise for all of you guys. Although it's probably not going to be that useful actually for the actual animal. I also don't know why I really started building it beyond oh wait, this could fit here. Nah, not a fountain. So squirrel got it. Nah. So if only I could use like the actual inscriptions. Also the stairs are going to be different because I want to see if I can make the lion go up here. Also yes, this is going to be for the lions. So is that everything? Yep, I'm missing a piece. If I can make the lions go up here, then I am very happy. If not, then, well, fuck. You also really realize that there's no real, well, easy to go off pictures of this thing. The only thing that I'm scared of is I can't make ruins that easily. And I just can't seem to find a clear picture of it. Or all the pictures are tiny. Now I know that Sita is just as evil as I am. Alright, so... No, they're bigger than it. Chris, we are right now building a sacrificial table. Because everything that I build somehow involves that. I have literally no idea how it came to that, but I mean, in the challenge video, I built an American murder cabin, or at least that's what I called it. Because whenever you don't know what to build, just build a murder cabin, it seems. There's so many... Well, there's not so many murder cabins, but... Well, actually, maybe there is. And I just don't know them. Alright, looking at... Finally, a little bit of a clear picture of the thing. This is going to help immensely. So it is built in sections. There's a thing down there. Yep. Alright, now I can continue building. Because now I finally have a clear picture of it. And of course, everything is a little bit with the sea fighting. And I just said that I didn't care about it that much, but damn it. So, just... It all has a little bit more of a brown tint, I feel like. There are more... Yep. So... There is another grid piece in here. I know it. Because I can't Oh wait, no. Never mind. I know what's going on. I also constantly click or hold the wrong buttons. Hey, Slug. I mean, there is already a face reveal. I think you can... Yeah. The squirrel should be right in the right bottom of the screen. That's my face. I'm a real squirrel. Although, going back into one video, according to you guys, I'm a squirrel named Alex. Which is actually fun, because I know someone who's named Alex, and I wouldn't call him a squirrel. This is, I think, the right tint for everything. Slug, I am building a sacrificial table. Or at least the stone table from Narnia. Because I went from wanting to build a Nordic or Tudor thing to basically going into, I think, what is pure fantasy right now. I mean, these things probably would be able to exist in real life as well. Also, just a quick comment on the face reveal. Probably not. A little bit more of a brownish tone underneath. I don't believe that the lions will be able to get up there, and I'm not going to kill a lion. Well, I could, but I won't. I think it needs to be just a bit closer. So this... So. Bum. Bum. No. That's the only annoying thing. When you click something and it just doesn't click what you want it to click. Doesn't look really the same. Are there any actually? I'm going to look something up quickly. Can we actually? Ideas. Yep. Yeah, I don't hide my face in real life. I mean, it would be kind of scary if I like went to those meetups and had a scroll mask on. That would, well, I probably wouldn't get in anywhere. But yeah, for like an actual face reveal, that's probably just very logical thinking. Probably if the channel is like making it so that my, well, how can I explain this better? Let's just say when the channel is sustainable enough that I can somewhat live off the channel, which basically means in like 5 years. Depending if the channel is still going on then, actually. Because I have no idea what the future is going to bring. So let's move it a little bit. Probably for 2 hours. So we have been already busy for 40 minutes. Wow. Did not think that we were busy for 40 minutes. I literally thought that we were only 10 minutes in. A little bit of an angle on these things. That should work. And then now it is all to... But yeah, basically what for me is 10 p.m. Then I will probably stop, or, well, unless it's like I'm really entranced in building whatever I'm building. Because right now it's sort of coming together, but also sort of not. So... So... So there's... How many of you guys have actually seen the Narnia movies? Because I literally... Well, I didn't grow up with them, but... It was, or is actually still one of my favorite movies. And I don't really mind the sequels as much as some other people might do. Need to... Is this stone table inspired by Stonehenge? I mean, they could have used Stonehenge as a reference for the stone table in Narnia. Probably did. Because it looks kind of similar when you, well, look at everything. So again, sort of coming together, but also sort of not. I think that with this build, it will probably save with foliage. Well, I can almost guarantee you it will probably be saved by the foliage. Need to quickly look up again how it looked. Alright, so it sort of looks alright. Well, Zira, I think I can explain why you don't remember the other ones, because they were never as good as the first one. So maybe that's the reason why you don't remember the second and actually the third one. Because, yes, there's actually a third one. Needs to be a little bit more angled. So, then it should... This one needs to be gone. I'm actually surprised at how well the stream is doing right now. Or at least the connection and such. Now I think it's just too angled. So it should be a little bit more like that. Yep, that is basically the intro, Sida. I liked the second and third movie, but I do understand that it wasn't as good of a movie as the others. But then I think every movie was also made by like a different studio, or at least like a different director or something like that. So every movie just had somebody else at the reins of it, which is never going to be good for a movie. So but is it weird that the first movie I find more interesting than like Lord of the Rings or anything like that? Where's the brownish color there? Alright, and this is why I use the mud pieces. Because you can make something completely symmetrical with them. Hey you, fluff flot Tintin. Fluff flot Tintin. Frick. I literally don't know how we actually... Well, I sort of do know, but I also sort of don't know how we went from Nordic to Narnia. How did my brain go from one to the other? So, and I have to remove the original piece because otherwise it won't work. I have a feeling that the stream might be a little bit longer than the original 2 hours because I want to get this thing done. Don't know if you guys will mind if it goes longer than 2 hours, but will probably happen. So, and then just rotate this. Bad game. Bad game. At least give She-Dog a belly rub on my behalf. Don't know if She-Dog likes belly rubs, but yeah. Just make sure that she is given a belly rub. So there's some missing tiles. I could go with the broken version of this table, but nah. Then this one, let's center it, not flatten terrain. Does anyone actually use the flatten terrain thingy? Because I only really use it when I'm desperate, basically. Standing stones are very common in both the North and in Britain, where Narnia author is from. Where is he actually from? I thought he was just like the Lord of the Rings author, if I'm correct, that he was also British. I mean, the fun thing when you look at the Narnia movies is that you can very clearly see that it's also, well, sort of a religious work. Because, well, not really religious, but you can really easily see who, like, Aslan is supposed to represent. Although I think they hammer more on that in, like, the later movies. So, it's turning out better than I thought. She-Dog doesn't like gain. Sadok. Then give her a bacon treat on my behalf, because, well, besides the scroll, She-Dog is kind of a main thing here right now, so make sure that she is given the proper attention that she deserves. Don't know why I had such difficulty with that word. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. And then there are some... Also, if you guys hear, like, children, I live right next to a huge playground. So, yeah, that's also is a thing. And they, for some reason, like to scream, which is annoying. I mean, well, they're kids, so they are bound to like screaming. So I understand, Kane. Just make sure that she is given all the treats she deserves. Then we are okay. How many pillars are actually still up? Oh, they're... Wait, what? Alright. This one is down there. This one is only half the length. So it should be there. This one is supposed to be a little bit more up. So I should remove that one. And this one is at a weird angle. So it should be a little bit more like this. Hey Novat. What? Been using the tiger rocks, right? I think I'm going to place it on top of that mountain just because, but turning out better than I thought. But I'm still kind of searching for some things. I also really need to look at like how it actually looks in the movie. Because I have actually never read the books. All my information comes from the movie. That's the wrong rock. I would want a fresh beer, but I'm not going to stand in for the consequences when you give a squirrel beer. Are there any of you guys actually now like playing Planet Zoo while I'm building something? Or are you just all like relaxing, doing something? Because I just hear birds chirping. So I am as relaxed as can be. So this just reminds me now of like a Roman theater, because everything just reminds me of such things. So these rocks don't have the right color. Why? This is something that I usually cut out of every video, because this is in a way very boring probably to watch. Just me clicking a bunch of stuff trying to make it the right color. There's actually quite a lot that just falls on the cutting floor, I think you call it. So now it's the right color. I actually don't know if... yeah, these also have some kind of stair. Then walls. Oh, wait. Now that I see it, I'm just going to do this. Fuck. I can't grab a hold of that pillar. Or I'm just too lazy to do so. So this should work. Because with every angle of, well, every picture, it looks different. And I can't really see the complete picture. And then this. I never thought that for like such an iconic scene in the movie, or one of the more like emotional scenes, it's really difficult to actually find a good picture of it. Like for most movies you will find things of like the set design. Here you just don't. And then this one is kind of slanted as well, and then there's walls and just rubble in between everything else. Alright, so the stone table should be mostly done. Goodbye, Kane. Make sure to give... No, I was looking at references. Because, as I said, it's actually very difficult to find a reference of what I'm trying to build. But have a good day, Kane. And make sure to give She-Dog as many bacon treats as she can eat. I didn't ignore you, Kane. I was just looking at, well, the references, which aren't really usable, but I still try. Alright, so how am I going to do this? Probably with this one, and then again, goodbye, Kane. Have a nice day. Thank you for being here. Why did I sound so robotic for a second? Or was that just me? So, wall there. Then making sure that this wall should be correctly lined up. But it isn't. Ah, because these things aren't actually... Oh. I mean, they sit at the right place, but they aren't actually rightly lined up. We will just ignore that. Sometimes the build isn't perfect. So... let's see if I can make it work. Alright, so it does somewhat work, it's just weird. It's not a complete circle. So let's first get the walls right. Then we can change them. There's a tiny wall up here. If I'm correct, yep, very tiny wall. How do I multi-select what? Kiwi candy, what do you mean? Wrong rocks. That's the right rock. So. Oh. Selecting multiple. I basically just hold shift. Like, you mean like this? Oh, the stream is actually quite behind, actually, now that I see it. Yep, see that's it right. If you are building in like a group or in a building, then you can just hold shift or Ctrl. Or basically it's, I think, control, but I always just call it Ctrl. But otherwise there's also the multi-selection thing. Although I don't use that because that means that you basically select buildings as such. So if you're not building in a actual group or in an actual building, that's basically when you use the multi-select, and when you are in an actual build, then you can basically just use shift or control. But the multi-select is I don't usually use it because I usually don't move entire buildings. Well, don't move entire buildings. I don't move them when they're in like groups, or when it's like a big building, or a building made out of different buildings, because then it's a little bit tricky to use. I think there was like a no, there's never really a full wall. All right, now I know how to build this, and I'm just going to finish it up a little bit. Sorry if I'm a little bit quiet, but well, I'm busy. Oh, this is the wrong rock. Yep. Where's the right rock? There it is. And I think that's also one of the good things about these streams. I can really quickly just answer questions instead of like having to make a video for it. And also because I didn't have time to actually make a video for the like tutorial thing. Bye, Elion. I think I mispronounced your name. Also, if I ever mispronounce your name, please do tell me. That's not at the right angle. Then some smaller boulders. Now I'm just doing however I like it. I'm not looking at the reference anymore. Hey, Dong Dong. Don't. I think I said it wrong. Again, if I ever mispronounce names, please do tell me, because I will probably do that. I've just... Frick. Been placing temperate rocks again. Let's just... That's not the right one, Taiga. So now I can't place the wrong rocks again. Because I already did. Wait, that is the... Oops. Yeah, I'm not going to change that. So the rocks for the ground are the temperate ones. The ones that need to be in buildings are the taiga ones. Or basically the ones that should be destroyed buildings are the taiga ones. I'm getting this one again. That's not sitting right. So what did I just say? I think these are all taiga rocks. This one is temperate. I've been placing the wrong rocks the entire time. Fuck. I will probably just change that later on. You mean this one? That's basically to just rotate the entire thing if I want to. Because this is the perfect center of the entire build. So if if there weren't all the decorations that I'm now adding with like fallen rocks and such, then it should be able to be moved quite easily. It's yeah. I think I'm now just to make sure that I don't have to change anything, just using different rocks constantly. And let's move it now, because now I want to see it in its actual location. I need to make this... This is still going to be like a lion habitat. Don't know if they will be able to actually use it, but that's an afterthought. Because I don't care too much about the animals. I care more about how the thing actually looks. Hi, Mopship. That name sounds very cutesy. I don't know if that's the right word for it, but it does. So, and then to delete a lot of the grass, not all of it, but most of it. There should... There's so many of these. Where should I actually make the lion's shelter? How do the lions actually get here? How? I don't build zoos. Also, I find out that one of these things is significantly higher than the others. And then let's use temperate rocks because these are for nature. And my favorite rock. The one that hides pretty much anything. You mean the cylinder dong? I mean, I can show it, but if you want to. So, nah, too many rocks. So, I want to make sure that it is a little bit like that. But basically how I use these cylinders is I make sure that if, let's just look at something. What can I do? Actually, this is I think the first time that I can use these pieces. So let's use these ones. But you can pretty easily, if you want to. But if you want to make like a, well, round building, this makes it completely symmetrical. Also, this is just funny to do. So this is actually how I make most of the domes in Keanu Bashara as well. Because if you freehand it, let's say you do, let's say if we do this, then there's the high chance, look, that it isn't going to align properly. While if you center it with position snap from a cylinder, and then you copy it to the other way, then it should be completely symmetrical on either side. So actually I'm going to build something this way. So because I still want to make this a Nordic area, and this could actually also be the shelter for the actual animals, because let's not forget that there are animals in this game, even though I do. So and then, oh, this is a little bit tricky. and center it on the cylinder. A little bit more like that. Probably needs to be a little bit longer. Needs to be even longer. So I'm just... That snapped really easily. Yeah, I've lately found out that position snap also snaps it to the top of a piece. So that makes a lot of things a lot easier. But this is a little bit too... So... But I think... I don't know if Silverwood actually used this as well when he did like his tutorial on domes and such, but I've been using it constantly. Can the lions go in there? Think I need to make it just a bit taller then. So... Oh, that's the wrong... And just to showcase it even more, turn it around. This is now the exact same distance from the center as this one is. And that makes it a lot easier to actually make things symmetrical. Bye bye Trax, have a nice day and thank you for being here. So going to do this again. So this, make sure that it's always completely the same, completely symmetrical and all that. Maybe, but I actually think, now that I'm thinking about it, that maybe around, well, in half an hour or a little bit longer, I might actually just go into Cairn al-Bashar for a little bit. You know, just walking around, not building anything actually, but just walking around, just having fun. That's another thing, like, these streams are great to also like give quick tips instead of doing like full-on tutorials, because most of the time you're not really looking for like everything in a tutorial. But then with the stream you can really easily just jump in, ask something and get an answer. And then I also can use these streams to just walk around in Cairn al-Bashar. I also know that it's going to take 10 minutes to actually get into Cairn al-Bashar, because damn the frame rate. So that should work. And then where's that one piece? This is, I think, the first time that I've used these pieces for actually where they were intended for, because I have always used these pieces as, well, basically just anything but what they were meant for. So then should align this a little bit better, so it should be like that. Or should I use one of those other things? Let's see. And then this one some. And then I can just copy it around. Feel like there needs to be something added here. So now it looks like it's actually anchored into the ground. And then habitat, some bedding, because the lions need to actually be able to sleep somewhere. And this is the greatest thing. Boom. I think now everybody understands why I use those circle the cylinders, because they are really easy if you need to just quickly duplicate something. I think these tents are actually too large. Yep. That's great. I think I only need 2. Yeah, 2 is I think enough. Hey, Annie. Completely agree with you, Chris. Although, I think it's also just a lot more difficult just to get everything right with less pieces. Because then you really have to make things fit. If you have more pieces that you use, then you can make more mistakes and usually are able to hide them a lot better. That's also why many of my buildings turn out way larger than they are intended, because it's just easier to build something large with a lot of details, but then you can also hide a lot of things that you want to hide. And this is still supposed to be a lion habitat. We have tents now, that's a good thing. Don't know if they will be able to use them, but we will see when we get to that. This is going to destroy it. And then, whoa. Everything is great. Think it needs to go 1 lower. That isn't lower. That's the right. Oh yeah, boom, boom, boom. Also, my rock work is never the best. Because I just think I need to cover this. But is everybody enjoying himself, even though I am sometimes completely silent? Because sometimes, yeah, just sometimes need to really focus on something. And sometimes I just get into the squirrel zone. About how the walls under the road ladder fill up. I am not really sure what you mean. Vincent, I don't think you should, well, compare your builds to something that you see on YouTube because, well, let's just face it, most of the people that you see on YouTube have years of experience. Because most of the people who went into Planet Zoo on YouTube kind of have a head start because they also used to play Planet Coaster, and the building technique is completely the same. Because, yeah, it's basically almost the same game in a way. Like, building wise, also quickly need to turn on a light because it's getting dark out here. And that's, I mean, in real life. So, now I can see again, and I hit my mic. Because of course I did. But yeah, I think it's a little bit of a unfair thing to compare your builds to like mine or let's say the lady designers or so because they have years of experience. And there's of course also the pressure with YouTube to actually make impressive builds because let's just say that if you don't build something that's basically completely well almost devastating in a way, then well you usually don't really do that well on YouTube because people search on YouTube mostly for like inspiration or just for the creator. So yeah, what you see on YouTube is basically the same as what you would see on like, I don't know, Instagram or something. You only get to see the best parts of something. I think I'm going overboard with all the rocks now that I look at it, but I can't stop. I mean, I want to show you my first parks in Planet Zoo, but or Planet Coaster, but I've deleted all of them. That's actually the one thing that I'm like really grateful for when it comes to making videos and such. I for once don't delete the stuff that I'm working on. Like beforehand, when I was just playing for myself, then I would, well, basically no park would survive over, let's just say a month max. And now I'm already building Inca and Albashara for I don't even know how long, like half a year already. And even when like the first version became unplayable, I still continued. But yeah, my first builds on Planet Coaster weren't that good as well. And it was through like constant watching of other creators such as, well, actually not that much Silverhead, but like Rudy and the Lady Designer, that I slowly got better. The nature is not going to fit with the animals at all, but I don't care. They are not here to actually live well. Chris, I completely agree with you, although that's never really the technique that I used. But then, also another thing, well, I don't go to school or college for architecture or such, but I do have like some knowledge on how buildings should work. So for me, it's like really easy to just look at a building and somehow disconnect it all, if I were to say. Um, the lot of one. Goodbye, Zeta. Hope you're having a nice day. And I will probably be, well, live for like maybe another half an hour. So I don't know if I will see you again. I really like it that we have like huge trees that I just use as bushes. Because that's just really silly. Like the top of a tree makes for like a perfect little shrub. So we have like a small Viking camp, and then up the rocks we have an altar, which is straight taken from Narnia, but then the rest isn't. So can I still say that this is Narnia? Do they have Vikings in Narnia? Again, I don't know for sure because I have never read the books. We have cypress trees. Yes. I'm actually happy to maybe start using those. Also, these are from Europe. I thought these were American. But just a quick question to everyone who's still here. Would you guys want to see Kian Al-Bashar? Even though it's going to probably take, let's just say 10 minutes to get into it. Because that's just how it goes now. Because Kian Al-Bashar is kind of big. But yeah, do you guys want to see it? Even though I will have to hide it for like a couple of seconds just so that I don't give any spoilers away for the Snow White build. You too, Zeta. Have a nice weekend. And of course, stay safe, because even though here quarantine is being like lightened, I don't know how it's in wherever you are. These are also temperate. Nice. I am discovering a lot today. A lot of huge ferns, but then I also... Are there no pine trees or something like that? I mean, what the... That's... Ooh, these are nice. These I'm familiar with. Alright, so then probably around... Let's just say in 10 minutes I will try and switch over to Kian Al-Bashar. And hopefully I can quickly hide what I'm working on. Too much flowers. I want a more greener side here. Nah. Trying to blend those huge ferns in a bit. Also, quick tip with all of the foliage, make it slope. So trees are basically in the middle of this thing, and then all of the foliage surrounding the tree kind of slopes downward until there's nothing. So basically, it's kind of like you're building hills. I'm not going to place a huge tree here because it blocks the view of the actual builds. I think we can place like a tree here. Just, this is the tallest tree that we have. Nah, definitely nah. But do remind me, otherwise I will forget, because I'm placing foliage. So, yeah, that's another thing, because, well, it's the reason why with like the 20-minute challenge I didn't want to do just foliage. So I made it a rule that I needed to build a building, because I get really in a trance while building foliage. So I wanted to like slightly climb up this, or should it go up? Yeah, let's go up this one. I'm thinking that it's starting to look like something. We have broken Scott spines, which we can use to make it look like they did clear this place out a little bit. Where's... Wait, I can use these ash trees. Yay. I'm so happy with like every tree that I can use. I'm still wanting an actual pine tree, but don't think that's going to be it. Does this work? It frames that. Maybe a thicker one? Maybe if I do this. That works. I think. Yeah, this is a lot of things that I also got at. Just looking at the builds, trying to find if it is while working. Not wanting to use those trees because I just don't like the look of them. Like there's some plants that I just say, no, never going to use those. Ooh, berry bushes. They would have those here. Some flowers again. Just to close this space off a little bit. I think I will make this like the stream zoo. So whenever we are streaming or whenever I am streaming, I will probably start building in this zoo. Which I have no name for yet, as of yet. So if you guys want to name it, go ahead. Challenge idea. Build something using only the items you don't like or never use. Oh, that's painful. What are the items that I'd never use? Well, then I can't build anything with plants because even though I don't like the plants for like this biome, I mean the tree that I just... Well, then I would have to build with like oak trees because I think that these trees are just not the... Well, they're just too fake greenish, I think. Like, I don't know why I think that, but it just looks fake. Just looks like a plastic tree to me. Even though that's, I think, how the real tree looks. Also, alright, 5 minutes. I'm getting flashbacks from the challenge. So making a path up here. Is this sand? No, this is soil, but it looks like sand. Then just doing a few little splotches here. Can I call you Swash? Because I don't think I will be able to pronounce your full name. I mean, I can try, but otherwise, hello Swash. Swashtochka. I think. I mean, it's... Yeah, it's an island. That's definitely it, but... I really like it. I did have like after Isla Psivka had the idea to actually make a zoo like this with like a Viking theme, and it's sort of or relevant now with like the latest Assassin's Creed that was announced. All right, Linda, it is because s- yeah, I wanted to try it again, but I think I will just butcher it even further. So I will try to remember to call you Linda. What, Swashdotchka was almost good? Pick three items to build. You mean the silverware challenge? Or like basically build everything with one item. That that's the silverware challenge. I'm still waiting for him to do that with Planet Zoo as well. To just build something out of like one plank. Maybe he already did that and I just didn't know it, but that's basically the silverware challenge. Or at least so that's what I call it. Because he can build things out of one single plank. That's kind of crazy. Oh yeah, I need to actually... So this is basically what we ended up with. I just want to build like a quick little fire place here. So I'm just going to disconnect this. Yeah, it is the silverware challenge. I can't lie. That's basically what he does. I am sort of envious, but I also am sort of thinking like, how isn't he traumatized by that yet? Like, using one plank and then building everything out of it. Alright, here I need the actual thing for it. Building a little bit of a fireplace. Luckily, we have another torch. Randomly pick three animals. Ah. I would probably then end up with three animals that all eat each other, knowing my luck. Alright, finding some branches. It's also nice to hear like the crackling of the fire. Probably won't. I mean, I can barely build or pronounce anything as it is, so less than 2,000 pieces. Well, this is already less than 2,000 pieces. Then I would basically need three herbivores. But also, Vincent, this is just a weird little thing, but it somehow got stuck in my brain. But like, I call you Vincent, but in my brain you're Vincento. I've I think that comes because I first thought you were Italian. And now it just won't leave my head. So in my head you're just constantly Vincento. I have no idea where that comes from. Besides that, I thought you were Italian for the first few times that I saw you. But yeah, that's a thing. Thought you were Italian, and for some reason, then your name suddenly became Vincento. Alright, so now some other things in the fire. Oh, Blamo. Yeah, that just threw me off. And then you, I think, said in like the first few comments that you made that your English wasn't that very good. So yeah, I don't know why I then immediately associated with Italian. I mean, Italian is a beautiful language. I've tried to learn it, but just like any language, I failed miserably. I mean, I'm barely able to speak English, and well, Dutch somewhat able, I would say. I need something here. Don't know what though. Does this have rocks underneath? That's good work, but I don't think it actually does. That also doesn't work. I need something underneath it. This boat are bigger than a keeper. That's... Oh. Oh, alright. Now I understand. Does this work? Nope, doesn't work. That somewhat works. Still need to hide those few little things. You guys also hear the crackling of the fire, right? So, this is just building randomly, but no, I don't think this actually works as I wanted it. My little scroll brain just wants to light the world on fire. Just to hear the crackling. Never mind. Don't know why I said that. But I do like that the... Well, the... I think it's the the African fire pit. I do like that it's like you hear the actual fire crackling. And it's not just empty nothingness. I think this works. But then talking about like watching the world burn, I'm not that evil. So then turning it around, and then just doing this. Arsenic squirrel. So of course a pot with some water is handy, maybe some plates, some extra firewood. Oh wait, I should go to Can Option, otherwise we won't be able to open it before yeah. Alright, so this is how it turned out. I really want to see this in like... Nope, that's just too... No, where's the orange? Looks pretty. I am going to probably finish this off screen for the rest, because otherwise I will just continue on with everything. I mean, did it surprise you, Slock? Let's quickly see it in the snow. This way I can also see if this is actually usable as a shelter for the animals. The fire still goes on. The fire is strong. I don't think it looks the best in snow. It looks good, but I think that the actual best weather is still just direct sunlight. This just reminds me of last week. Now I can also see if this actually is usable as a shelter. Yep. Don't know if the Lions will be able to use it, but we will see whenever this becomes a video. So now that's the wrong thing. Let's just save it. This is the only thing that comes to mind really quickly. Oh, there's a lot of thinking involved. It's just that, well, I have the happiness of editing on my side. So, yeah, that's another thing. Like, why I like doing those challenges and such, just because you can see the real time anguish and terror. Alright, so now I should go to Kian al-Bishar. This is going to take a while, because I also need to hide something first. So, hopefully this works. Does it work? I will see in a few minutes, because there's a little bit of a delay on the stream, it seems. Well, a little bit. My preview is a little bit late. Yep. It works. The pause thing works. So, yeah. It will take a few minutes to get into it. That could actually be a fun thing to try, Vincent. Maybe after we've went to Canal Bashar, I will really quickly go back. But I think that I will do that probably off screen then. Because we have been live for 2 hours. I really thought that this would be like more anxious, or at least would make me more nervous than it actually did, but I am very happy with how the stream turned out. I'm also now playing with like the cable of my headphones. So, yeah. That happens. But I will probably finish off the, well, Narnia build, as I'm now calling it, off screen, and then that should probably be, I don't know when it will be up. Maybe that will actually be the video tomorrow. Don't know. Yeah. Because just a little bit of, well, tidbit that's more YouTube related and is not really interesting for the builds, but yeah, I never upload on Monday or Tuesday just because it never does well. Little squirrels can never sit still. Yes. I mean, during all those commentaries, I also never sit still. I always have something in my hands, and sometimes because of that, I knock my mic over. Well, now I can't do that because now it hangs in front of me on a mic arm, which is actually one of the reasons why I am able to do this stream, because I don't have the mic sitting in front of me anymore. Yeah, this stream was really just like a tester. Where do you draw? I know you looked at the Alhambra for the gate, but are they like mosques? There are always a lot of different references that I use, especially for Khan al-Bashar. There, I think I did it in Kane's Manor, where I showed actually the references that I used, or that were the primary references. I did think of like adding that in every video, like showing you guys where I took the ideas from. But most of the time it's like a little bit of a mix of real life buildings and some like artworks. Because especially for Canal Bashar, I need that little bit more of like a fantasy aspect. And you don't see that in real life buildings. But yeah, there I think the Alhambra, but also Topkapi Palace in Istanbul, or I constantly call it Constantinople still because I think it's a little bit more of an awesome name. Like Istanbul sounds friendly and Constantinople sounds like don't mess with me. Alright, so I am in Khan al Bashar. You guys aren't seeing this because I need to hide this. I could. I'm going to save this and actually delete it. That's probably a lot easier than actually, well, trying to do anything. But yeah, let's just say the Snow White build got a lot more bigger than intended. I need to quickly save this before I delete things. I mean, framework should be a little bit easier because I'm not recording anymore. Maybe I will try and then include all the inspiration points in the videos. Now to... I actually can't delete it because it's too many pieces. I need to delete it all individually. I mean, I get it because one of the buildings is like 3,000 pieces. And that's one of like 5. Alright. Hidden. So. We are back. Well, we are back. I still need to... So. We are back in Khan al-Bashar. Or at least... Well, I am. Maybe you guys don't see it yet because there's a delay. Jan. That's something that always happens, but then also it's like a lot easier to actually build something larger than it is to build something tiny. I mean, the amount of time that I struggle with like a farmer's house instead of like a palace, that's just a farmer's house or like a tiny little shack takes a lot more time actually. I've watched you since... Hey, Brady. Yeah, the water coaster. The thing that I never finished. Well, actually, I didn't finish a lot. So, yeah, I quickly destroyed the, well, Snow White build because it was here. But besides that, I haven't really done anything actually. That's also why the... Well, there's not going to be a video tomorrow just because I couldn't finish the build because it's not the cottage anymore. Well, the Planko videos, I do believe I might have gone better at making videos. So, I don't think you lose that much because also a lot of like the coasters I'd never finished because I for some reason couldn't really keep my mind on coasters. But is there anything you guys want to see? Because I'm not going to be building anything because, well, I have like a steady 27 frames. Again, another reason why I probably will buy a new processor when my next salary comes in, but is there anything you guys want to see? Like, do you guys want to see like the mountains, or do you guys just want to walk around the palace for a little bit? Because I could just sit here forever. Maybe... Actually, I'm going to try... See if you guys actually see this. if you guys see this, this would be amazing, but I need to wait because again, there's a delay on the stream. No, you guys don't see this if I'm looking at it right. Like it's the filter that I usually use for the doors. So I can turn it off and get some more frames. Oh, Nico, then sadly you missed the actual building part. Because we built a completely new zoo. Through the park. Which park? Do you mean this? I hate the monkeys. There's... Wait. I'm just going to pause it because I sense a lack of bridges. I mean, I still need to build this, but where's your favorite place to hide? Let me think. I mean, hiding points. I have one that I can think of. I mean, this is just the point where I always just stay if I don't have any inspiration, just to look at everything, because I really liked how the vineyard turned out and with all like the estates surrounding it. There is a little bit of a hiding place, something that I built off screen that is still part of the Mirage Mountains, but that's actually this side. I've never shown this. So you guys are getting a, well, a new thing. Or an exclusive. I just call this the Lover's Cave. Because why not? I mean, the water makes a little bit of a heart. But then there's also a little bit of like the... Oh, actually this looks a lot better in nighttime. So this is like a little bit of like a small little detail that I don't show in videos just because, well, building this isn't interesting enough to actually be in a video. I still hear monkeys. Oh, Lotus. Maybe... Actually, to come to think of it... Would you guys be interested in a stream tomorrow then? Because I'm not going to be able to have a video tomorrow. So maybe I will just stream tomorrow and then just walk around Kian al-Bashar. Maybe build a little bit more on what I've built previously. Then it would probably be around the same time. But yeah, I'm probably not going to... Like I have 10 minutes that... And then I'm going to end the stream because we have been streaming for 2 and almost a half hour. Sheeps. So would you guys be interested in like a stream tomorrow where there's like a little bit less building but more like just walking around Kian al-Bashar? I never thought that the sheeps would be so loud, actually. Okay, this is amazing. Like the tiny little details of like the clicking of the hooves on the rocks. I never thought that that would actually be a thing. Oh, I don't feel pushed into streaming. I mean, I really enjoyed this. Like, I was really anxious or nervous starting it because, of course, it's like a new thing. But because I don't have a video available tomorrow, then it would be nice to still have something tomorrow. And if you guys like enjoy it, then like half the enjoyment of these streams for me is just like talking with you guys as well. So maybe a stream tomorrow, like the same time as we started today. I'm also just now showing you guys that most of Kian al-Bashar doesn't have any lighting whatsoever yet. Also, Yen, I can really now know why you hate capuchin monkeys or don't like them. But for me, it's mostly because they just don't stop screaming. And also, they make this weird chirping sound, which just doesn't connect well in my head. But yeah, that's basically how Ken al-Bashar right now is looking. So, probably we'll then do a stream tomorrow. And I haven't seen really like distinct personalities between animals, but yeah, sometimes I don't do anything, just sit around watching, and then I just find out something new about the animals. Also, my chef castle really looks sort of intimidating during the daytime or nighttime. Well, it doesn't help that they're like huge. Well, I'm calling them Ottoman cannons, but they're just huge cannons. I think they're mostly laughing at how annoying they are. Also, this is the one sad thing about Kian al Bashar, but you can see that if you go far away, then the domes just disappear of the buildings. Weirdly enough, the like larger domes, I would say, or the ones that are made of like the larger pieces, don't disappear as quickly. Like I can go very far away before that dome disappears. But that dome, I can basically already guess that, yep, it's gone and that one is still there. For a first stream, it was very good. We had a little bit of a technical difficulty at the beginning because it seems that if you schedule streams on YouTube, it just doesn't work. I really thought like, oh, I had everything set up. Like animals hanging around like their parents and such. I have seen that, but mostly with my jaguars. They just follow their mother around wherever they go, or wherever she goes. I'm just looking for like the perfect spot. Also, another little thing which you guys didn't see, but yeah, there are a lot of small things that I place around Kian al Bashar that don't make it into the videos. Just a lot of tiny little details. I think I've also been talking a little bit too long because I feel my voice going a little bit hoarse. The same for flamingos are always stressed. I don't know about the stress because again, Kian al Bashar actually doesn't have an entrance, doesn't have any spawn points whatsoever. It's just me and Kian al Bashar. I still need to place it on the workshop though, because I think because I have like a 25 frames and I have a decent processor and such, I worry about Kian al Bashar if anyone else tries to open it. Yeah, I have that with most streams as well, Slug. But I'm think I'm going to end the stream here today, so maybe tomorrow around the same time there will be another stream where it's a little bit of like finishing that earlier habitat. I might just quickly go into the other habitat just for everyone who didn't see it. But yeah, I think I'm going to end the stream here. It was actually a very lovely stream. Also, I am very happy actually that everything worked out well. Because, yeah, that's usually not the thing that goes well. This should go a lot faster than loading up Kian al Bashar. With Kian al Bashar, that bear just doesn't move for like 2 minutes and then it starts running again. Oh yeah, it's still kind of cloudy in here. But for everyone who didn't see what we built or what I built during the stream, this is basically what I built. And tomorrow then we will probably then maybe finish off this and yeah, try and see if this is actually usable by the lions. Because this is still like supposed to be like the altar or like the stone table from Narnia. So I mean, I can still see it what's supposed to be, but it still blends in so well with the rest. But yeah, that's going to be it. I hope all of you have a lovely day. Thank you all for being here, for being with what was the mess of a first stream. But yeah, I don't know what to say anymore, so just going to wish you all an amazing day. And maybe see you tomorrow. But just in case there won't be a video tomorrow. At best, there will maybe be another stream tomorrow. So, yeah. Bye bye. And